Quick reminder, guys, this talk is intended for educational purposes only. Nothing we say here is to be construed as financial advice. Wanted to jump right into SPY per usual. Frankly, not a lot has happened here. We got the highlighter marking our most recent meeting, which was August 24th. I believe the call was for these fib levels are the same from prior session. So the call would have been for the 450 and then this 454 area. So you can see we're just pretty much slow drift, slow grind higher. I had mentioned to Mario, and I know his style is a little different in this regard, but when you've got SPY, for me anyway, just trading in, this box, I focus less on what the market is doing. I'm more interested in the individual names when the market is just totally sideways for, a period of 3, 4, 5, 6 days. Just something to keep in mind. Moving forward, what I'm looking at is there's not a lot to work with up here. And so what I'm going to be looking at is this fast MA, which is the 9 here, how that's treated, held today. And then, just this, we could call this a near-term range. I'm very hesitant to call this support, as more of a reference point for me personally in this 450.75, 450 area. So I'll be using that as a reference point. And if the 450 fails to hold moving forward, then it's pretty likely in my mind that we'll see a retest into the 21 MA.
Yep.
Now, one thing I just wanted to point out quickly that Mario and I were talking about a minute ago is we've got the market with 7 months higher in a row here. And so I'm not sure what the data suggests on that in terms of back testing for future returns or anything like that. But just, we are continuing to ramp higher. So the longer this goes on, in my mind, the increased probability for some type of pullback. When that comes, I have no idea. I'm not really in the forecasting business. I'm just trading price and going with the trend. But it's just something to keep in mind. We don't want to be too naive here. So just some things to keep in mind as far as upside levels to watch if we continue to grind higher. The 454 prior all-time highs remains interesting. And then also I've got the next fib point is going to be the 458. The one other thing I wanted to point out here is if we look at the Corona pullback and we just throw a quick fib on that, lines up right around there. Our next reference point is going to be that same kind of area, 458, 460. So just, just something to keep in mind moving forward. Mario, I'll go ahead and pass it off to you here. Should be good to take it over.
I think so. I think I have it. Let me see. So, oh yeah, I see it here. Share screen. That'll be number 2. And take it back.
Got it.
So welcome, guys. And let me see. Did they change Square again? Nah, they didn't. It's just me. There you go. That's what I needed. Okay, so basically, let's go back into the Qs, the markets. Same, we can see exactly pretty much the same that we saw in the SPY, which is like 5 days going sideways. So this is the range we're dealing with the Qs right now. Huh? So what we had is this is the last time we met. So we have the 2-day pullback and we have the 8 MA. This is the 20. I'm sorry. This is the 8 MA. Yes, this is the 8 MA. So we have the pullback into the 8 MA. Closer to the pullback, the range break, which is the green line right here, 369. It was a strong move. We didn't even test it. So 371 gave us an entry for long. So that was a long, and now Couple days later, we're sideways back again, right? So what I have is like today we were expecting a breakout play, right? So I was just looking for market plays, and yeah, regarding that commentary from Kyle, continue to focus on those stocks that are in play, right? Those that they disregard what the market is doing. However, like days like today, if you go to the heat map, you're going to see that some of the market stocks are usually, you know, also can give you some type of opportunity. So for guys that don't want to, let's say, don't want to play those bigger movers or the gaps on all of those, days like today can provide an extra entry that you can probably take advantage of with minimized risk with slower stocks, like what I like to say, like slower plays, you know, some stuff like that. So basically what you do is you just trade whatever the range is for the Qs, for instance, for the Qs. So this is what we have. We were looking at the 380 level for the day, and that's what we're going to continue to be looking. Come here to the daily chart. A break of 379 is going to be the one, 379.50. We've been talking about that 379.50 for the last 3-4 days. So now we have the 379. Once you start breaking 379, we go 375 and 372. So for now, write it down because this is a tight range. Ideally, I want to be trading out of that range. So 379 and all the way to 372. That'll be the reversal or the small retest that we will have. And that put us back to 373 area, which is again, testing this 21 MA on a daily chart, right? So for the long side, all we gotta be watching is the 373. And for that, have an extension level back to the 385.50, 386. So I think that's where we're gonna be stopping. Like that's the point for that's the point of reference for this week. Basically, I don't see it unless we start seeing big volume. I don't see it going past 2-3 standard deviations to the upside, at least not after this move up that we just showed, like 7 weeks, 7 months. Seasonality started kicking in. Unless we see a shift in momentum, I don't expect it to go past too much. So look for 385 to the upside. So we got the 382, which is the high for the day, or 382, 383. And that's going to put us to 386, 385, 70 something, 386. Okay. So pretty simple. Just keep that in mind. Again, you can use the Qs or the SPY or your favorite index for timing purposes. That'll be the main thing, or to play an Apple, to get into a Tesla, to get into an Amazon, to get into a Netflix. So let's look at the Apple and let's see what he's doing. So we all know that he's making all-time highs. Finally, main chart that was in control is this one right here. So it took some time. But he finally gave us a move that we've been waiting. So he's been going up for 4 months now straight. But that's what the monthly chart shows, right? When you come and see the daily chart, it's pretty much, well, from 140, it's going to be like 1-2 days and then another day, 2 days. So you got to be very nimble if you're going to day trade this one for a big move intraday, right? Today was a very decent move. So where are we for Apple? I can see continue. Remember the target that we have here for Apple was 180. So I think we still hit like 158, 160. And that's going to be on watch if we continue with the momentum. So I'll be playing momentum in Apple over 158 and look for a target into the 162. Okay. Not a lot. Now we're gonna, let me just do this for you right here. So you know how I do this. This is no magic right here. All I'm gonna do is probably, I'm gonna measure this one, this little thing right here. And from here to here, let me see where we go. Yeah, that put us, yeah, around that same area that I just said, like 158, 152, 162. I don't want to go past through that just because of the location of the Qs, right? Let me clear this up. So for Amazon, I think that was another one that from last call, we were talking the 3,200, the 3,390, the 34, and we hit 3,500, which was the target. And you can see it right here. So we're now what I'm doing is I'm looking at this, how we treat this range, this new range, right? So what we had is that one directional move. Here's the topping tail after one directional move right into the 3,500. Right, 35.25, but that was where we closed at 3,500. We have a 1, 2, 3, so that was actually a beautiful trade for today over the prior day high. That was the trigger, 34.38. What I'm looking for now is a daily breakout play over 35.30, and that should put us. So let me write it down, over 35.30. Daily breakout play with some momentum. When I go into the daily chart, this daily chart that doesn't have all my indicators, what I'm going to be looking for, it's, let me go right here and show you exactly where is it that I want to go. I want to go probably to the 36 and the 3,700, right? So I think it's mostly momentum right now for the Amazon. I think the easier trades, or at least what I like to call the easier trades versus the point of control, where there's a lot of volume that we can have a tight entry and everything, is already gone. I mean, it's extended, everybody can see it. Now what we have left is basically just playing this momentum and expecting for volume to confirm whenever we break out of this 3,552. So that's the play for Amazon. So daily breakout play continuation. Right? I'm gonna go with Facebook now. And for Facebook, I like this setup on a daily chart, right? This is pure momentum right here, over highs, 3,500, and we should be testing 39, 395, 400. So Facebook over 3,433, 384.33, 395, 394, call it 394 and 400, all right? Netflix, I think today we finally hit target. No, we hit target. Technically, that was Thursday that we hit it, the 600. So we have the extension right here. So we hit the second target right here at 308. You can see it here, 127.2. And I'm going to show you where that comes from right here. That was the levels we were working. So the next one we have, again, we've been going up for 4 weeks now on Netflix. So we did the trade, we did the pullback trade, we did the point of control trade. And now what I'm looking is like probably a close over 615 for 648. So Netflix, again, Momo over 614, 615 for 648 or 650, which is pretty much the same, right? 648, 650. Let me show you that daily again. That's a pretty hard trade. Right? I didn't trade it today. I didn't have it as a watch today, just because my entry would have required for me to go over 600. Once I go over 600, my target one was 608. So it didn't have enough of room based on my stop, or basically I didn't have it. Good volume. So it continues to go. What I want to see is something sort of what Facebook is doing. This is the type of formation that I'd rather have before the breakout, and for sure have the confirmation. You guys, we've been talking about for a couple weeks, couple months, if not couple months, that about the amount of breakouts that are failing, right? Which is normal. Is the summer, volume is lacking. Some of the things are extended, so you got to be very careful with the breakouts that you take. So here's another one that has type of a range that we can work with. So for Google, we're going to be looking at the 2846, 2845, 2845 by 2930. Okay, so that one is a range for me, 2845 by 2925. So that's an 80-point range. And the reason why I want to treat it as a range is because we don't have much. If you can come to the left and you use the volume profile tool, you can see that there's some volume right here. So unless we start breaking and creating more volume to the upside with a target of 3,000, right? 3,000, 3,015, we can absolutely come back and retest this reference level. I like the wording that Kyle gave it to this, because that's what it is. I don't have volume right here. All I have is a reference level because it's math. So the 20 MA could be a reference level, 28, but the main thing is I'm going to be looking for this volume right here, the 27.13. So I want to look into that trade in case we start dropping. I can totally see us taking Google for 28 and then 27, 25. Not that I'm bearish, but this is one that I wanna see, right? Based on, again, on the volume profile, I can probably trade this short down to here. So that's Google. Let's do the microchips, semiconductors. So here's AMD. And let's see what AMD. We were waiting for this pullback. So basically a trigger, and then we have another one, second one right here at the 20 MA. We bounce, try to break in here, negate it, and now we're in this zone. You can see that this is a huge zone for this one, right? So we got to keep an eye on 107, right? 107, 105. Once we start breaking 107, 105, I can totally see a 7% drop on this one back to the 100 level. The 100 level is this green line that we have. That was a prior break. You can see it here on the monthly chart. So you will go back to the structure. So this one is one that I want to keep on a really tight leash and an eye on that one. So put this one as a range from 107, 114. And we want to trade both of the breaks. I mean, both of the sides of the range. Basically, once we start seeing 114, 115, you can probably take a momentum long if momentum is there, right? But once we start losing the 107, we can go 107 for 100, 101, okay? To 101 and 100. I just want to make a quick review right here on the weekly. I want to make sure we don't have any information. This is what I'm also considering the range. So if this is a range, right? This is the 113, 114. Then this should be like support, right? Which is like the 105, but this is the other one, 100. And this is the main structure that I have for AMD. I have all of this. This is the break. So, you know, breakout, usually come back, retest. Could be this one, maybe give us another retest. So that's a 10% move that we can probably trade. So keep that one in mind in case we have like a bad day or we start seeing that semis a little bit weaker. So let's see NVIDIA. What is NVIDIA doing? This one looks great. This one's like momentum, and it's been, I don't want to say easy, but on Friday gave a great trade. That was one of the ones that I went to, just because we were testing the 8 MA, right, on a base. So this is what you want to see, like strong move and holding and testing the 8 MA. They gap it down a little bit right here. The moment you see it, like they started moving it, and we hit targets right here into the 230s. So that was a great trade. Now, what am I waiting? What am I looking right here? I'm looking for sort of a 1-2-3 setup, if you want to call it a 1-2-3 setup, or a daily breakout play. But this is pure momentum, what I want to be doing with NVIDIA. So this could be the one that should we have a good market day, that's the one to go. Okay, so NVIDIA for sure. We have write it down if you want, like a 1-2-3 or 1-2-3, or do it as a daily breakout play over the 230.50, right? Target 1 should be 240, and the number 2 is at target 2 should be at a 2 standard deviation, which is 250. So it's pure Momo, pretty simple levels. I don't want to overcomplicate it right here. So let's do MU. And let me put a color on NVIDIA, because that's gonna be that's gonna be one of my favorites to watch if we have a good market. So MU, I think we were looking for this one, sort of a reversal that never came. We say it's a reversal 73, 76. It's right there, and that's the thing with the reversals, right? So basically they tried and we hit target, and once you hit target, if we don't break that declining moving averages, then it's likely just gonna stall. So the next trade is gonna come only when we go over the, this as a way I play it, right? So I know this is kind of under oversold condition. So when I see this type of moves, I can probably assume that they're gonna bring it all the way back to the 20 and the 50. 20 is a normal target. Some people like to call it close the gap or whatever. Yeah, usually goes a little longer or fatter. So there's the 20, that's the 50. Once you start stalling right there, reference level becomes now this new base. So for MU, I'm still looking at this monthly chart, right? It's a big move up and this is a pullback. So I want to show it momentum. What I would really want to be trading with MU is whenever they can show us the Momo. So the Momo is going to come once we start breaking over the 50 MA. So let's call it 50 MA over 76. That should be our reversal trade. Make sure you know it's a reversal trade, right? So we need like big momentum, a catalyst ideally, and then probably a gap up in the morning, not too big, that put us at 75, 80, 76. Once we go over 76, target 1 is 78, target 2 is 80. Okay, so 76 for 78 for 80. All right, there you go. Now, do I want to short it? I don't want to short it, right? Because my short will trigger under 72, but then I have a lot of buyers in here at 70, so I don't want to mess with a $70 stock for a $2 move. So that's not my thing. So I'm just going to leave it alone as a possible reversal trade. I had eBay last time. I think we discussed eBay. I don't know if it was as a, I don't know what we call it. We call it a payment play. Yeah, probably. So what we have was we were doing this pullback right here, make new highs, and now it's a pullback again back into the formation. This is what we're looking now. This is the level. The level I'm looking is at 74. I want to see how we treat 74. I don't want to be too aggressive on this one because I know he can go all the way to 72.50. So for this case, all I want to see on eBay going forward is probably just to monitor this monthly chart. I'm gonna get more bullish once I start seeing a close over the 75, 80, 76. So I'm just gonna put an alert for 76, but this is a no call. So no call on eBay. The C square, which is the other payment that we like to follow. And let's see what we have. We have an 11-day squeeze, which is pretty much the whole time that we've been watching this over the last couple of weeks, right? So here we go. For those of you that use the squeeze indicator right here, or use the squeeze count right here, 11, but you can see it right here. We have done nothing. So what do we have? We have a whole bunch of volume right here. We can go into the weekly and let's see what we have. Yeah, some of them very aggressive, like really want to take the risk. Should be working with this candle right here. See the volume? That was a big week for them with the earnings and everything. So we can see 280 to 289. Not my type of trade unless I get a really clean breakout, right? But this is it. That's where my alert is. 276, 280 for 289, right? So that's a colon square. Pure Momo, 276, 280, 290. Once we break 290, next one, it's 300. Let me go with PayPal. Let's see if we have a better, oh my God, this one. That was a great play today, guys. And the reason why it looks like I don't know what was doing a lot of stuff is because I didn't do much research over the weekend. So of course I missed this one. This is one of my favorite, absolute favorite setups right here, right? So we have the move on a green, big candle. You have this one and you just gotta wait 1, 2, 3, 4 days into the MA right there. That's your 8 MA. So that was a trade on Friday and is a trade today for the break right here, right? So we're gonna continue watching this one. I like it. I like it over 294. Target 1,300 and 310. So PayPal over 294. It's today's high. 293.70, 294. And target one is at 300 and 310. Again, I'm gonna put color on this one because this is something that can work tomorrow, right? It's a second day, not a second day play because we didn't have huge volume, but the formation, I like it. Let me go into the weekly, which is something that I do if I'm thinking on trading a stock. Now I know, so I come right here and this is what I'm looking, right? We have like, this is the level, this is a 310. We came all the way down here. It's no coincidence. You see the level right here, the 290 is 279. So we make like 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks accumulation at, again, that's the 20 MA right there. That's the 20 MA, the blue one, 20 MA. Once we cross the 8 MA and we're into this zone, right? So all we're trying to do is trying to pick a good entry from 294 to right it to 310. That's the ultimate target. 300 will be target one, a good target one right here for the daily chart. So that's the PayPal. So I think we got a good one right there to watch for tomorrow. What else we have? We have the Square, we have the PayPal, we have the eBay, we have Baba. Let's go with the Chinese that there were a lot of fun over last week. So let's see what we're doing now. So Baba used to be my favorite, as you can see here, and I keep just telling that I need to clean this up. So let's just remove this stuff right here because it's been too long that I've been saying no. Okay, there you go. So what do we have with Baba? Baba used to be my favorite Chinese to play, not anymore. Look at that. I don't like small tight candles. So it's been just a mess. So for Baba, I'm gonna put it as a no call. I'm gonna wait, see if we start getting some moves. It did it for a couple days. I think it was last week that it traded like a couple days. So it's mainly a gap play. It's becoming more a gap play, these ADR. So I'm not liking it, but we were watching JD too. Let's see how is JD. The chart is any better? Yes, it is. So we can see right there like that today. We have 1, 2, 3 days, and then we go over the 20 MA. So that's a breakout play that we can take at 183. Now, where are we here? Here's the key, guys. We talked about this one last time, the monthly buy. Here's the monthly buy, right? So we triggered it today, the $80. So that was a go. So today's day one on that monthly chart. Let's go and see the weekly, how we're looking. So we can probably hit $87 for target one. Let's go back right here. So that looks like we have 4 points to work for tomorrow. So 87 and 90 on momentum trade JD. So JD is a Momo over 84 and a quarter for, what do we say? 86 and 90. 86 is kind of tight, but you get it. So this one goes with yellow for me too. That's a JD. That's a Momo trade that we want to be watching too. And that's the difference, guys. When we talk about stocks in play, stocks that are on its own or whatever, that's the difference. We all know that, Chinese is Baba. You go to Baba doing nothing. You rotate to JD. JD give you like a 1, 2, 3 setup within a monthly buy that we discussed the last time. So that's a call that we should have been making today, the 81. So let's see the other one that we know is kind of working better. That's the PDD. The PDD gave us a big move up. That was the day that pretty much all the Chinese reverse, and then gave us like solid gift setup right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, never broke, and that was a 2-day move. So now what we're looking, this is kind of interesting, guys. I think we had it today on the watch list over 110. Over 110, we can probably hit 114, 124. So PDD Momo, another Momo over 110 for 114 and 120. Okay. Again, check the monthly, and you like the monthly, right? You can read this monthly. You can see that this is where last time we broke. So we have a massive run from 80 to 212, came all the way down. Buyers, remember that the last time that they bought it at 80, they went all the way to 200. So probably they're just thinking 80 to 120, 140. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good return. So this is what we're trading right here, right? The PDD. And the other one we follow as far as the Chinese is Baidu. Did I just did it? Yes, I did it. So this one, let me clean this chart because that one's getting in there. So this one is right here at the 50 MA. Sorry about the charts, but I need my indicators just for location. So what I'm willing to do is over today's high, pure momentum. So 170, we should be hitting 180, right? That'll be target one. Let me go right here. So once we go over 180, 170, I'm sorry, we hit 180, target one, and 190. So Baidu, on watch for a breakout over 170, target one, 180, and 190. So we have the Chinese, and I think three of them are setting up pretty good.
Can we get a Futu with the Chinese?
Futu, is it Chinese?
Yeah.
I didn't know. Yeah, Futu, I think we traded last week, right? Yeah, perfect. So. There it is. So what we like about Futu is like, here's a monthly that we can trade. We can trade 119, 125, 140. And we see it here too, right? So once we start crossing these two MAs, I think some momentum can come. So let's call it 120.50 for 125 and 132. Added to the Chinese. I didn't know this one's a Chinese. So again, so Futu, yeah, 120 over 120. 126, 125, 126, and 132, right? If we happen to have a great day, you know, the next target I'm gonna give it is 140, okay? Yeah, great pick, man. That one absolutely is one that we wanna watch. The monthly is not as clear as the other ones. That's what I'm calling like targets every other, you know, like every other 5 points. But yeah, it's based on what we have, based on the market profile that I'm seeing right now for Futu. Let me see the war. Yeah. So we had the massive move, the second day play. I was watching it, totally dropped the ball in this one here today. Based on Friday, it was probably out of my list right here, but this is what I do. This was the trade last week on Futu when we traded. So we're done with the Futu. Now let's move into we did Lee last time, and then we jump into Tesla. So I assume we're moving into the cars. Lee Auto, which is Chinese too. And I think we were looking for a breakout on that one, right? We were looking for Lee running to the earnings, and we were looking at 70 for 10, 20%. What am I talking about? 30-70 for 10-20%. So didn't do it. It moved 30-70 for 32. So we were supposed to hit 33. So this one can be a good watch for a daily pop. So we're looking for 32, for 33. Not sure I want to be on this one, guys. Just because of the target. Yeah, like 33, 34, that's the target. So you can do it for 10%, if at all. No call on Lee. Should we jump into Tesla then?
Yeah, EV. Stick with the EV.
Okay, let's do that. So let's see the Tesla. And the Tesla is finally getting some momentum. Right here is the main thing, guys, that you got to keep in mind. We were working this monthly point of control at 711. So what we had is the massive run up, come back down. And once we started accumulation, and once we went over 711, it was a go for Tesla. Similar to what we did in Netflix. I know it's boring because sometimes these things you expect them to just explode and pay you in one day. But you know, sometimes you're lucky and you traded the day that it breaks, but then it's just like, you know. So here's what's going on with Tesla. Pretty simple. Point of control right here. right? 680. We come into the 711, which is exactly point of control. And then we base for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Gap it up that day, you play it 2 days, that's it. It's done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 days sideways. Nothing happens. Today, gap it up. Give us a one, what was it? Like a half an hour, 45 minutes move. And that's where we're stalling right here, 752. So how do we play this one? I play it as a momentum play. So for tomorrow, I want to see how we treat the 750 by 760. And then my target is 780 and 800. Remember, my target on this one is again going back to 900. Based on what? Based on the monthly chart. You can see here, right? It's here. So our target is 895. I'm thinking we can go to 900, back to 900 again. So I'm just going to try to play the momentum here. And if you happen to trade some swings and everything, make sure you get a good entry. Good entry was like 711. Now I don't feel like doing Momo for trying to hold to 900. I'll probably wait for another base and then you take it from there. So Tesla stays as a Momo watch, right? And we have a tight zone that we want to check, which is 750 by 760. Once we break out of that, 780, target 1, 800, that will be target 2, and then we go for 850 and 900, okay? So 780, 800, 850, 850 and 900. So that's Tesla. Let's go do more EVs. NIO, we've been watching it as a reversal. What we like about this one, when we were discussing it, was the point of control right here into the 3820. So we were seeing if there was enough buying interest, and basically we did the back to target 1, guys. This is 38 by 40, that's target 1. So what do we want to see now? If we trade in NIO on a good day against any catalyst or any volume that we can do, this is not an easy trade, but an easier trade that if you don't want to do the Teslas or anything like that, you can focus on this type of trade. So over 4150 or 4160, and you have a 10% move as a target. We go for 4571. So NIO stays and it's over 4150. Better over 4165. Why? Because I wanted to close over the 50 MA, but I think that day, if it comes with the volume, we're just gonna take it for 45.80, 45.75, and that's a 10% move. So this one, keep an eye on it, right? All we're doing is sort of a double bottom formation right here on the monthly. I want to see if there's anything on the weekly that we can call, but yeah, not really. This is sort of a, you see the move up. Now we have a base. They try to move it up, you know, like take it to prior highs, but we just hit right here, the base. That's what we hit it right here. Look at the targets, pretty clean. Right now we're back in here, trying to put a higher low on a base. So once we start seeing the momentum, we can probably grab that 10% move right here. 41.78, 41.80, 41.50, 65, 78, 80 for $45, $46. Once we go over that, that's when this one gets really interesting. Look at the volume right here. So if we go over, and this is important, once we start going over 47, that's what I have another alert, because I think it's going to give us another run into 54 and probably all-time highs, right? This is the pattern that we're going to be seeing. So this becomes like a longer base after a big move up, a longer base. Once we put the bottom, what we're trying to do here is buying the bottom of the range. Once we start going into this direction, momentum can cut up. So we're going to see probably 65, 66. So keep an eye on NIO because it's forming. I mean, it's probably going to be a couple months, but we can do a couple big moves into NIO. So keep that one. XPV, let's see what's going on with that one. Looks like a good move over there. What I want to do with the XPV, ideally, I want to see a trigger in this monthly setup right here. That's over 45. So basically clearing all of these volume, like showing us momentum once we start going over 45. We haven't been able to do it. There's been a lot of traps in here. You can see at 47 and they bring you down all the way to 34, which is massive. That's a big move. But I want you to refer to this one right here, more market profile. Look at all of the volume that we've been doing at the 40. So we're not far from that level, 40.87. That's where we are. We're just about to start moving, right? An easy target is at $45. You can see here, $45, which is 70% of the move, right? Contained in this, if you're familiar with the market profile, 70% of the move is contained within this range between 28 and 45. Now, people are willing, they have been accumulating at a higher level. So we got massive accumulation at 40. So our target is like 10% right here, 45. Once you go over 45, the monthly chart is going to start looking way better. And this is what I, well, one of my mentors used to call the gift. The gift is you have this move, then you have a massive igniting move, and then you let it just drop. And once you start getting the drop, you have the reference level here at the low, you have the reference here at the highs. So all of this is buyable. I'm talking about swing, I'm talking about intraday, all of this is buyable. So we're in the middle of that move, right? We should have been long since 34 and we're still there, right? So momentum, again, can probably hit as early as tomorrow, right? 42 over 43, and we go 45. That'll be number one. And then we take it from there for 48 and 55, okay? So I think this is a good time to start looking at those. This is Chinese too, right? Yeah, this is Chinese. So
yeah,
42.
Chinese.
So keep an eye on this one, 42.50, 44.50, 50, 48 and 50. Yeah. 42.50, 44.50, 48, 50 bucks. I like them. I like them. I want to make a note that these are like monthly setups. Okay, so what else do we have? Now we go into the local workhorse, not the same chart. We gave out the whole move, so not sure. We're far and below from accumulation, so 13. So this could be a reversal watch, but I don't want to put it on the watch, to be honest, guys, unless we have some sort of news. Over 10.75. I think some of the guys were asking me about this one last week. So yeah, keep this one on the radar if we start going over 11, 10.74, and that'll be a trade for 13, which is not bad. But totally different charts. Like if you see workhorse versus what Neo is trying to do, right? Is holding majority of the move, you know. Remember that was the chart of Tesla not too long ago when we were doing like the whole move up and then the top of the range. So that's the move what we want. So we got workhorse, FSR, I think is the other one that we like. Or that we follow. And again, if you look at the monthly chart, is a mess. So it's anybody's goal. You know, you can say like, oh, it's in range between 1250 and 1750. Yeah, that's a 50% move. But how are you going to trade it? I mean, you're going to have to wait for a day when you have some news. So if we got the news, you can see it right there. This is where I got my alert, right? To alert you guys. If you're in the tank, we're going to be able to alert you prior to the market opening. There's some news in FSR, so we're gonna be able to probably develop a game plan for that one. But it's basically 15 to 16, right? So FSR, here's another watch, no call. Same with workhorse. What else we have, Kyle, on this one that we like? Yep.
About the gamblers, DraftKings, Penn, Win, LVS.
Yep. Let's do those. So let's do some gambling. And don't let me forget about the meme stocks, because we talk about them last meetup, and I think we hit a lot of them. So DraftKings finally That monthly buy over 56.25. This is what I refer so much about the monthly. And I know it's just like a pain when you're thinking that you're just gonna trade in the morning from 9:35 to 9:45. Why you need a monthly chart? But I like to have my bigger targets on all the time and know exactly what is it that I'm doing as far as market structure. So what we have is this is being touted like as the one of the biggest main names for the online gambling space. So we were looking at the monthly buy over 56.26, which triggered, I think it was a month and a half ago in this zone right here, 56. Let me see, where is it? 56.25, 56.26, right here, right here. So that was not that far ago. That was within this last hangout, right? And we have the break on a monthly chart with volume. So that was a great day that day. Now what we have is a sideways move that created a base right here. What we have today was a daily breakout play. That's what we put it as a one of the main watches. We're inside a monthly setup with daily setup. So this absolutely stays as a watch. It's not the easiest of trades, but once it starts moving, I really like it. So what we have in here is I'm going to be watching it as a second day play or as a momentum play over 64.40. And this is your target, guys, 68. Okay. So over 64.50 for 68. It was harder to do today because, yeah, target was like 64 and you would have been, I mean, you were needed to stay treated as an absolute gap to be playing past 12:30, right? And that was like 63 by 64 hard based on ATR expansion and everything. But for tomorrow, we can probably have another good day if we start going 64. So yeah, 64, 67, 68. Okay, second target, 70. So that's DraftKings. Penn, I know they were having some good chart too. So there you go. That's the chart. Look at the monthly chart. That's what I really love, right? Look at this, big move up, pull back, 61% fib right there. Reference level, 21 MA, reference level, engulfing pattern, right? This is the move. This is the one that told us that was pretty much a bottom right here, right? So we have the massive volume right here, big move. This is what I talk about, like this guy calling it the gift, that he said that it's so easy that it's a gift, but I don't think it's that easy, but I'll take the momentum part of it, right? So basically this is all buyable. That's what the theory says, right? This is all buyable. I like to see it once I start seeing the greens, that's when I start moving it. So this is good. This is good. Now what we have is a clean pattern that we all know how to trade, right? This is moving up and now it's just sideways. So what we need here is momentum. So 86.50, that's a really good watch for tomorrow, guys. Penn, 85.60. And that's just a daily breakout play. Target one, we may have some trouble with the 200 MA, especially because we have volume here. So that's confirming that 200 MA. So target one is 90. I just hope they don't gap it up to 89. So if they don't, that's something we can trade. So 86 to 90. And then over 90, over 91, we can go for 95 and 102. So a close over 90 goes for 95 and 102. And you guys know how I do that. I call those like intra to swing. And if we get it, why? Again, guys, and this is repetition, guys. That's what we go over and over and over the same things every other week. And I want you guys to do it every day, right? Why is it that we like this one better than the other ones? Look at the monthly chart. So we have that structure and it looks like it was accumulated. They have the news. The news, I assume they were good because they bought it like really hard. And then you just let it cool off. People get bored with this, forget about this one. Some people even try to short it. Pretty sure some people were shorting this thing. And this is just like the reversal that we want. And now we're into the monthly chart. And this is what we like. I mean, we should see 100, 102, 104. So this is great. Penn, absolutely. Thank you so much for bringing that one up, Kyle. So we got, you said Penn, DraftKings,
And
you want to see
win.
the, the casinos, right? So let's see the casinos. Let's see if there's something in the casinos right there. So what we have is, let's refer back to the monthly chart for, and on LVS, what we see is that we're trading pretty much at the levels from last year, like 2020, right? The 47.17. So even if we go from here, by the way, guys, if you're not familiar with this, this is the highest level, highest volume for the whole year. I'm looking at the whole year, right? So we got the highest level, highest volume for the whole year in the 47 level, right? But once you have this shaded area, this shaded, what he's going to show you is the 70%. Like 70% of all the volume over last year was made between 39.95, which is 40, to 53, right? 53 right here. For this year, look what the volume was. Like we have one volume right here, two volume right here. So this is like there was distribution right here. So if we look at this two, we can see that we're extended to the downside, right? We are at the place where buyers were last year, but this year there's a lot of people trapped at 58 and a lot of people trapped at 55. So this is a great reversal watch. This is another great setup. Thank you, Kyle. This is really good, right? So all we need is what we saw in Penn, right? This is the thing that is telling me like, okay, there's a change right here. There's something going on right here. Look at the low, trying to break on the highest volume so far for the year. They couldn't break it. There's a lot of effort. What do you say that for that? When you have a lot of effort but nothing to show for it, right? So a lot of effort didn't break. So next thing you know, they trap right here. All of these guys that were shorting the lows right here, they trapped. So we're here, right? So now what we have is like buyers. Buyers step up at 41, which is not surprise because that was the main level right here. This is a great base that we can trade long. So 45.20, and we can go crazy with this one because this one can absolutely test 55. That'll be, like my first target, 47.55. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do some spreads on this one for sure. Yep. So momentum play, that'll be the easiest part. 45.60, go for 49. We're gonna have some trouble right here, 46, right? Because remember, we're sort of in a reversal. Let me look at the weekly because I think this is absolutely worth it. Yep, that's what I thought. So you can wait for 46.50, 46.80, right? 46.80, 48, 51, 55. Got the numbers? 46.80, yeah. So I'm gonna do it like that. LVS over 46.80. 46.80, take us all the way 48. All I'm trying to do is I'm trying to be over this little, not that little, lots of volume that I have right here. So 46.80 target one, 48.18, that's for intraday. If you're doing it, once we go over 48, we should be able to hit the 50 and 52, right? So that's a 15% to 20% move. Once we go over 52, we go all the way for the whole taco right here at 55, right? And if we cross 55, we go for 58. So we got 55 and 58. We're gonna need a lot of help from you guys, so we can execute on this one. And we should put like a swing analysis for this one, Kyle. Probably it's totally worth it. Yes, yeah, I like it, man. I like it. I'm probably just focusing too much on the shorter here because I don't want to get people trapped into chasing this move right here, thinking that we're gonna go 55 just straight up, which it could do, but I don't think it's gonna do. So, but for sure, we need to be on this move. 45, 55, yes, absolutely, 20%. LVS, you say win?
Yeah.
look at the difference here on volume profile, on market profile. So win, you know, the other one we buy in here for a move from here to here. Win is already here at 105 because it really never made it to 86. So that was the entry right here, 86, right? So we're really pretty much on target one, but what he's also showing us is that he's stronger than Las Vegas. Now, what I like about this charting win is I don't have as many hurdles on my way up. Like I can really catch fire tomorrow and hit 112 right here. We can all see it right here. Pretty simple, 112. So 106.56, and this can be tomorrow as a Momo over 106.80 for 112, target one, right? Target two will be 116, just as a reference level. The 200 MA, I tend to use it. A lot of people watch it. So at 117, you should be taking some profits, right? But then it's all the way to 124. And we haven't seen one of these in a long time. Look at the volume right here, 124, 100. So man, that was something today. Absolutely. Great base right here. Trigger over 103. We're not late. We're not late. I mean, it triggered like midday. So while we were having lunch, they were having fun, but it doesn't matter. If we continues tomorrow, we get it. So yep, 106, 112, 120. This is the easier part. Look at it here also on the monthly chart. Here's the 112, 120. I'm sorry, here's the 120. Then we deal with the 120 to 140, which is going to be a little bit more complicated. But so what do we have, guys? We have over prior day's high, which is today, 106.56, target 112, target 2, 117, take some off, 120, okay? 112, 117, 120, 124. So that's win. So I assume there's gonna be some news with the casinos, of course. MGM still trades. Yeah, this one's way different. I think these guys have some news with sports betting, right? I don't know if it's DraftKings or with whom, but this is, yeah, DraftKings and Caesars. There was some news. So you can see in the chart that it's totally different. The other ones are trading like right around here near the levels for last year. This one is like absolutely up near all-time highs, or at least the highs from the last five years. So this is a breakout play. Absolutely 44 all-time highs. Okay, here's the move. You guys, you know, I love this. You can do this on a 2-minute chart. You can do this on a 15-minute chart. You can do this on a 60-minute chart. Of course, you can do it on a daily chart. Just make sure you use a technical entry and a next technical stop. And this is pure momentum. That's all we need to know about here. So 44, 43.62, MGM, Momo, over 43.65 or pre-market high, however you want to watch it. Target one is 45.34, which is prior highs, or prior all-time highs, 45.34, and then we take it all the way with the 2 standard deviations. That'll be my target 146.50. You can use the fibs too. Fib extension. So that's MGM. Do we know another one that we're going to see? Caesar? CZR? ZZR? Yeah, I think it's Caesars. Yep. So this one's looking good too. I think it's the same deal with Caesars. Announced new strategic relationship with DraftKings, Caesars, Penn National. Well, it's the same. No, it's just the same. I don't really know the exact news. So this one has a tail right here. Big move up, sideways. We need to clear this one. 109 for 113. I'll probably stick with, I think we have the LVS is more a strategic plan that we need to develop for that one because he has a lot of potential if it's going to bounce with the casinos. Win is momentum and MGM is momentum. So win is based on today's move, right? Based off a base and more of a comeback. Yeah, an MGM is more of a momentum at all-time highs, trying to look for momentum all-time high. So we got like 3 great ideas over there. Gambling, absolutely hot coming into this hangout. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. What else do we have? The meme
Do the memes
stocks.
now?
Yeah, let's do the memes. Let's visit them because I know we did triple BY AMC. So memes. Let's see triple BY. Wow. So we were thinking this one as a breakout play over 30, right? So triple BY over 29, over 30 for 10%. Clearly over 30, well, 30.11, basically we just hit right here. That's the same level. So you got to take it with a grain of salt whenever you buy in the breakout on pretty much no volume and nothing's going on. So this is 25. I'm turning here. This is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see 30 and going higher based on all of this volume. Now we're testing the bottom of the range, 70% right here. So likely if we get some momentum, we can probably test 22, right? So 29, 25, I'm sorry, for $22, just as a continuation momentum to the downside. So Momo under 25 for 22. That's about a 10% move. And if we get lucky, I won't be surprised if we hit 1975. Okay. To the other side, we need a break of 30. Now we know it's over 30, 30 and a quarter. Right. And remember, guys, this is a meme stock, so you can do the move anytime, right? So let's go to AMC. I think this one worked for us. If we were watching, say 53, 57, what is it that I'm writing? I think I wrote it wrong here. Could it be 43, 47? Yeah, 43 to 47. So that's probably the move that we catch. So not loving it. I'm loving the monthly chart, guys. I really like the monthly chart. I don't know what's going on with this one. I saw there was like news that they beat some records on some movie over Memorial Day weekend. I'll play just as momentum. So for tomorrow, we can do 48 for 55. Okay. AMC, Momo. No idea why it's running, but I like the pattern. I like the monthly. I like the monthly. We found a what it looks like a bottom right there. Let's see GME. We can do something with GME. GME trying. So this one's not going. Here's the difference between look at the chart of GME. This is what I like. Like this is one I don't like. Right? Tails, red, green, red, green, red, red, green, red, tails. Look at AMC. All right. We have the move up, one red, tails to the bottom, and here we are. So this is what we're talking, 48.55. Now for GME, all I can think about is like probably a momentum trade once we go over here, over 230 for 256. So we got the earnings, guys. Earnings 9/8, that's tomorrow. So yep, forget it. We'll see what happens tomorrow. So GME no call, earnings 9/8. We talked about BB, which is BlackBerry. And we were looking at 11.30, $13. Nothing happened. Like it went 11.40 to 12. So that could have been a good trade for one day, but didn't really get too much. Like as far as volume, I'm not liking it. I think I'm gonna leave this one alone. No call for me. Keep an eye though on the 1083, like the formation that we have right here, this B formation, market profile B. Right? So once we start going over 12, let's put an alert right here just to be aware of the market structure because we can probably get like 12, 14, but in here, what it's showing me is like 3 days down. Probably we're gonna test 9 and 989. Do I want to short it? No, I don't want to short it. Why? Because I have a lot of volume right here on the monthly. I have the point of control at 937, so I don't want to get involved in a short for 50 cents. So I'd rather do something else. I'd rather go pay attention to win and try to make 4 or 5 points on that one. Right? Makes sense? I hope it does. Okay, we did the cruises afterwards. CCL.
Hold on. Let's
yes.
get while you're on the memes, let's get Clover and Be Big.
Clover went up hard today. Seal Clove, right? Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it went hard. So I didn't know this was a meme, but this is Clover Health, right? I know it went up hard today. So for this one, it's just pure momentum. Let's do the whole homework. So we're about to clear 1112, which is this formation from 2020. So top is 1112. So what happened if we go over 1112? We hit. This is interesting. Again, this is a second day play, guys. There's no better way to put it. This is just a second day play, guys. Look at 1112, 1113. That's exactly the level from here, right? The top, right here. So once we go, well, it all depends on where I put my mouse, but trust me on this one, between 1070 and 1112. So we're in that range, 1070 to 1112. Momo, 12 bucks. I'm looking for targets. Ultimate target is 1325. So yes, Glover over 1120. Momo for 1334. 13 and a quarter. Let's call it 13 and a quarter. Right? So we can dump in 12 and if we have a massive day, whatever, you can find it at 1450 around that area, which is the red bar right here, 1320. That's what I'm calling. That's target one. So the second one comes at, now I think it's gonna be the top of the whole range, like in the 14s. Yeah, 1450. Clove. What was the other one, Kyle?
BBIG.
Is that the big? BBIG?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Binko Ventures. Here's the thing. When I see Clove, like a trade like Clove that I have reference points right here, I like it. When I have BBIG, this is kind of new. Why is it? Oh, it would be, yeah, because last week exploded. So my entry was $4. Yeah, like this, I don't know how to play this. You know, this is like, they just, of course, they were accumulating at $4 and at $2. So now, where are they going to dump it? Right? So technically, all we can do is play momentum if we can find options to trade this. Because I bet they're going like for what, 300% now? Yeah, 396%.
Yeah, 400.
Yeah, so 400% is like, basically you buying and they're implying a move of $3. So you gotta make it at 320 to that one. So that puts you at 1280 at 13 bucks, right? So the 13 bucks move is already baked in. So we're into all-time highs for this thing. I don't know, bro. I don't know, to be honest. This one, I don't know how to play it. We're far from like this one. Like have we seen it last week as a meme stock, or we heard the news that there were like, this is how we started when we started trading AMC and GME, that we're in the $4 and the $8. This is exactly what happens. We were lucky enough that I think it was Carly that was monitoring this type of trade. So this is awesome, yeah. Right? This is awesome.
It's gone now.
Yeah, but like at $2, $3. But right now, 11, 12. Oh, of course, you can always play momentum. Don't get me wrong. And people will trade momentum and will make money for sure. But for me, it's just like, yeah, go pay 300% for that one. So that one's no call for me. BBIG is no call. BBIG, no call. I'm going to put it right here so we can review and we see we learn a new strategy in the next couple of weeks. So let's do, we did the DraftKings already, Neo, right? Airbnb, I think it was triggering today. This one looks really good. 165. Look at the monthly chart. Finally, you see. So we're really pretty much, we went all the way to IPO price, went back, held. This red one's important. So we put the green right here and we're triggering. So this formation, I kind of like it. We have no volume, like all the volume is behind us right here at 150s, 165. So we can target 175 pretty easily on this one. So 165, I don't know what was it called last time. Momentum 170 to 180. Yeah, I think it's the same. I think now is actually, we can do an earlier entry because we have the formation on the daily chart. So I can override that one. So 165, 175, 180. Okay, ABNB. 165, 175, 180. So that could be tomorrow. Absolutely. Keep an eye on that one. Call it 166 if you're going to do the momentum tomorrow. Airbnb. The other one I'm liking, but I know it's at all-time highs. I just need another entry. Is the this is credit, right? Upstart, the new financing thing. So we set 221 for 260. So guys, we hit target today on this one. 221 to 260, and that was a 40% move. That was a 20% move that we got on this trade. So that was a good call. We're at 273 here. So let me review where we're going. UPST. No, we're going to have to wait for a pullback, guys. Yeah, I cannot call it right here. We passed my biggest target, 20%. So let's look for that one. If we come down to 240, and let's see if we have a formation. This is what I love. Absolutely love it. Great. And let's look at the weekly. So you guys get familiar to what we were talking about. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, pullback right there, 270. We can stretch it out all the way to 295. So this can continue as a momentum trade, right? However, I don't really like it right here, but if you see it 270, 275 tomorrow, 275 for 295 as momentum, right? UPST 275, 295 Momo, pure Momo. With an asterisk right there. So Moderna, that was another one we were watching. We say 413 for 450. So that one trigger, I think it triggered today too, right? The 414, 413, 413. No, that was Friday that it triggers. So what do we have here? Let's see if we have a formation. We're far from 178. We're far from here. The daily, this type of setups you gotta love. Accumulation right here with the volume confirmation. This is momentum. Moderna, Momo. Look at this weekly chart trigger 418. That was a modified entry. So 450 on 500. We just need an entry on Moderna. Yep. Momo as the easiest call, or we can have, ideally, we can have a pullback, retest the 400, and we do the same trade that we have for the last call, which was 413 for 450. So right here, we're in the middle of the call, so I cannot call it. It's on. Whoever's had it. Whoever's not is a little late, because 450, 458, target one. Okay, so play it as momentum. You can go as a momentum trade. So Myrna, Momo, 440, for 455, 460. We had coin too. I know some of the guys were interested in this one. I don't know you guys saw, but Bitcoin dropped like 10% and they blame it El Salvador. Well, I don't think that's the reason, but anyways, so coin, still not liking it. The call was for 268 for 280, 290. So we hit 268 to 280, but I never got an alert from this one. I don't like the volume, so no call. I did it last time, but I don't want to call it anymore. Let's see, Riot. That was the other one that I know it trades weird. So 32, that's a sideways base. I don't want to get involved in that one till we go to $40. So no call on Riot. Mara, 40 to 50, went 40 to 45, 10%. I know it's 40, 10%, but I find these ones really hard to trade. So I'm just gonna step away for a couple weeks from these ones. I had, I'm not seeing the if you guys have any requests, let me know, Kyle, because I'm not. Disney was up today. I know that. Let's see what's going on. So Disney was, look at this, the 180, right? So that's the level for this year. So let's see if we finally break 190, right? Look at the monthly and weekly pattern. This is what we want. We have the pullback. These are the boring ones that when they decide to move, they can actually really make us a lot of money. So for Disney, I think we can take it tomorrow. 187 for a breakout play. I know there's a red one right here, so we may have a little bit of selling into the 187.5, but that could probably be the second entry, like at 9:45 or 10 a.m., probably 187.50 if we have a big volume day on Disney. But yeah, target for Disney is 195 and 205. Okay, so yes, Disney. So this is the streamers, right? So Disney 188 over 190, 195, 205, 188, 190, 195, 205. Let's see, Roku. I almost forgot about Roku. Roku was trying to put a reversal trade. This is what interesting about Roku. Look at the 344 right here. So we got plenty of space to the downside. And to the upside, we got like 100 points too, right? So I think we were looking this over the last week, trying to break the 50, but then the second day, they just drop it, then they gap it down. This was Friday, and it looked like it could have been dropping, but they hold it. So now what? So what it looks like, it's probably the safer thing to do is trade it with the monthly pattern right here. So assuming this is going to be like a range. So far we hold in 330. That's the low from Friday, right? On big volume. 330 to 345. That's 15 points. I don't want to take that trade. For Roku, thinking on hangout calls, I want to be 378, 380 for 420. Right? 370. So basically what I'm betting on is we're going to continue inside this range. So I want to be a buyer once we clear this red bar. So that will put us around the 378, which will be like the break of this base right here, right? 378, and I'll go for the 400, 420, which is the next big level as far as volume profile. You can have a little bit of a small target at the 405. That's fine. But the idea will be to ride it all the way to 420 if you're doing that type of swing or that type of trading, right? Now, if you're going to trade it to the short side, then you'll take the 329 and go for 319, which is $10, right? So Roku, I want to be a buyer 378, 380 for 420, 10% move on Roku to the upside as a reversal. We got beyond too. I think the CEO left or CFO, I don't know, somebody important left the company. That 140 has been a level for a couple of years now. You can see it here on our market profile. So 132, we finally broke the 132. Wow, that would have been a nice entry. Beyond is kind of a hard trade for me too. That looks like a 1, 2, 3 on a daily chart, right? So target is 110. So I don't think is enough. I don't think is enough. Can we come and test 104? Yeah, that'll be target. That'll be the target. That'll be second target. So we take, if you guys need a short, that's probably a short tomorrow under 113. Let me write it down because I'll probably put that one just as a watch. Under 113, target 110, target 2, 104, and that'll be the ideal target, 104. Once we start testing 104, I'm going to be looking really close into this one, probably bouncing, right? We'll be here around this area, 104. Extension for 2 years, so probably back to the mean type of reversal, like what we seen in the casinos, right? They're bouncing after 2 years down. Zoom, this is more complicated, guys. I mean, like the type of patterns that we're trying to identify now are not as simple as the ones that we have last year that, you know, it was just like up, and they were a little simpler, to be honest. So this one I've been watching for the 300, 305, 309. You can see it right there. That's my alert. It hasn't triggered for a reversal after some disappointing news. So I don't know if they were disappointed, but at least the market considered them to be disappointed, right? So what's the idea on this one that I want to execute? Probably the 310 is like the bottom of this massive deformation on market profile. So if we go for return to the mean, should be 313 to 330. That's 15 points to 360 if we get really to the main part of the volume. So this could be interesting as a reversal trade. Again, we have the massive volume right here. No, really, the headway was done after hours, right? So they just came right here, was here. So I don't know if these guys were accumulating or what the heck were they doing. You can see the volume right here. Look at the point of control. So we are at the point of control right there. So we can probably take a shot at Zoom. Look at the monthly, what he's been doing, up, and we're probably like at 50% right here, right? Let's not be lazy. Let's not be lazy, and let's do it. So here, we are at the between, yeah, about 55% retracement right here. We tested the 61 once, try to go 38, and we're here. So I want to see some momentum coming back into the name, and I think the trigger will be over 305, 309. So let's watch 305, 309. Zoom as a reversal. 305, 309. Again, the only reason I'm doing it is because I can see 320, 330, 350. Okay. So that's Zoom. Boeing was in news today. What was that? I'm sorry.
Snap.
We haven't done. Oh, we only did Snap. It's a good base. I think the same call we have for the last time. Do we? I think we have it, right? Because I got the lines right there. They haven't triggered. Yeah, over. How's the volume today? 78%. Not even. Yeah, we're working on that base. You know, it's the same base since it's been 2 months for that base now. A month at least. since earnings.
Right.
So basically they got it on earnings. Yeah, 723, man. It's gonna be like 2 months. I don't like this stock, you know, it's just because of that. I mean, like 2 months and gap it up, and 2 months is doing nothing. But 79, 80, we can probably take it as a momentum. So yeah, Snap as a Momo watch. So now that we're in that group, let's see. So Snap is a Momo over 81. Let's see pins. And probably we can, that's a tradable range in a monthly chart, like over 60. Once we start going over 60, we can probably see 69. So I like pins. I don't think it's gonna hit, but anyways, half of the order 64, 69, 70. That's a 15% move. That's good. What do I like? I like the formation right here. If this is a range, so this is the bottom of the range, so we're not buying too far. It's extended right here, right? So all we're trying to capture is the 60 to 70 right here, back to the mean, sort of back to the mean. This is what I call a reversal trade, guys. We're not going with the momentum. Main is clearly down. We've been falling for 2 months. But now we have the point of control. So we have some buyers or sellers. We don't know just yet. So all we want to see is how we react to the prices that we put the day that they have the earnings. Once we start going over 61.85, probably people will like, okay, it wasn't as bad as we thought. 50 MA will be below us, and we have a clear path from 62 all the way to 70, which can make for a really good trade, right? So that's pins. And I think Twitter was not really. Nah, I thought you were setting up a little better, but so this is basically the same ideas that I'm trying to bring today. Is like this is a Twitter. Look what happened at 57. We test the low of the range in here. This is the low. We come back to middle of the move, which is back to the mean, right where the most volume is. So that hit. So for this one, I don't like it. I know we can trade 65, 70. I don't want to be in that trade. I'd rather have something cleaner. So for me, Twitter is a no call. I want to be looking at Snap if we get a Momo over 70, but I like pins. Pins is probably the one that I want to be on watch. What else we have? Doku. Oh, let's continue with the closed economy, or the ones that I learned when the economy was closed. Doku, bear 180 on a daily after news. So after earnings report, so 290. How aggressive do we want to be on that one? 1, 2, 3. I think we can drop 280. Wow, we're up there. We're here. So this is the opposite, right? Like we're right here, 286, 268, 248. So what's the entry? I think once we start losing 290 and 286, we can see 220, 275. I thought it was 225. Hold on, that's too small. And that's being back into, actually this one, I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna put that green line into the 275, which is where we broke from. Right? So once we start going under 275, I can see a target into the, oh my God, 230s. Yep, which is around here, 230s, 220s. So I'm not sure just yet, but this is bearish, right? Once we started negating and gaining more momentum, I think this is what I shot to the short side. The only issue I have is this: we're still over the 275. So I don't want to be the guy shorting 275. You guys know how I trade. So I don't want to wait it to give me another 20 points down so that I can short 275 for 270, 260 something. So it all depends on how aggressive you can trade it. But when do you become bullish again? Well, once we start eating into this red bar, right? It all depends on your style. But I'll say probably over 3 or 5. That's when you start like, okay, you know what? This is not going to be a short. So it needs to save itself. So for that, I think it needs to go like 305. Once you see 305, okay, it's like all bets are off to the short side. For now, what I want to be looking is some momentum to the downside, right? This could be a good reference level, 286. So I don't know where we're going to open, right? Because we closed right at the low of the day. So 290, 286, 275, 240, 230. Okay. Doku. Momo to the downside, below prior day low, below 286, 285. T1, 275, which is the prior break point. And once we take 275, we can probably short 274 for a momentum trade into 240s. Okay, so that's Doku. Wow, that was a big move.
That's about it for time, Mario.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for your time. Surprisingly, I think we have more ideas and big move ideas that I was expecting. I think we have some hot sectors that we need to focus on for sure. Reminder, the gambling sector that Kyle pointed out is hot. We need to be on top of that one for sure. The 3 Chinese names that we watched, 2, Netflix, Tesla is hot. Lot of good things for sure. Okay, I hope it's getting better, guys. The summer should be over, so we should have come into the easier part of the trading year. Okay, better action. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for your time.
All right, thank you.
Okay, bye.
See you guys in the morning.